um, for the All-Star finalist selections. Now we go to the All-Star Snubs. So we'll give one per league. So one in the league, one in the National League. I'll start it off in the American League. Jaron Duran should be an All-Star. He's picked it up tremendously defensively. If you remember that clip of when the Blue Jays hit a routine fly ball, and he was just standing there like, and then it led to a inside the park grand slam, um, and he's doing it all. He's a 5 tool player right now, and in his last 10 games, I believe, he's on a little streak. He has like 10 extra base hits, 3 home runs in 3 straight games. He hit one tonight. And he's just been the starter for you guys defensively, on pace to get offensively. I mean, and he's on pace to get at least 40 stolen bases. Um, he's hitting 288, 9 home runs, 39 RBIs. That was before tonight, so he's got 10 home runs with at least 40 RBIs. Um, so he's on pace for a 20 home run, 40 stolen bag year. That's pretty good to me. I believe he was definitely snubbed in the American League.
Teddy, I ain't gotta say nothing because you took that. That's absolutely who I was going to talk about. You heard me talking about him earlier, Jaron Duran for sure. I mean, we went on this winning streak in these series because he was a big part of that. You know, because I think Devers was kind of sort of down for a little bit, and then he came in and just was all right. I got it. You know, I'll help out, and it's mainly been those two guys. There's been some other guys where we got a rookie that's playing well too. So it's been kind of that. But Jaron Duran had for sure was a snub to me. I thought he definitely should have been voted in there, but the fans vote who they want to vote, man. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Tony, who you got?
So in my opinion, the player, you guys are okay with picking that the guys you pick, right? However, I just think that Rafael Devers should be there. I don't know why, but I just think he should be there. Like, this year has been his best year as far as his on base percentage, his WAR. He's 10th in the American League in WAR. You know what I'm saying? And then he has the highest the slugging percentage among all out of all third basemen in the American League. All right. And like, this year, he's actually been getting on base. He's been walking a lot more. I haven't seen him do that, and I've asked for that for so long, for him to just sometimes let some of those pitches go, but because he swings at everything, he think he can knock everything over the wall. This year, he's been a more disciplined player. I don't disagree with you guys with David with Duran, right? I don't disagree with you guys with him. He's having a great year. I was ready to get rid of him because after that Texas that thing with the Blue Jays, I was like, hey, he got to go. Like, we can lose, but we can't lose like this.
Yeah, we were losing badly, and I'm like, come on, y'all, this can't happen.
But the Red Sox will probably like mark my word right now. The Red Sox will probably lead the American League in steals before the season, especially when they play the Yankees again, because apparently the Yankees know fall down there. They had what, like 9, 10 in that game or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 9 in one game. Broke a Red Sox record too.
Yeah. So yeah. No. They not only broke. They only broke the Red Sox record, but I think they either tied or broke the record of steals in one game against the Yankees too, all in that game too.
I think
So
so.
so yeah, it was weird. But if I had to go in the American League, I would probably think that Devers is my guy. Now the close second for me also would be what's his name? Ryan Jeffers, the catcher for the Twins. All right. I think he's having a phenomenal year, but
The Twins are having a phenomenal year.
yeah,
Surprising.
right. So he will probably he'll probably make it as a he'd probably be on the bench maybe, so he may make the All-Star game. But the fact that his name wasn't mentioned in in the in the mix for the catchers in the catchers in the American League was baffling to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ryan Jeffers was snubbed as well. But to me, the most obvious one was Jaron Duran. So that's why I went with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard your little shot at the Yankees.
No, so it's not really a shot, right? I'm just saying that well, I don't know. You guys I never really thought of him as being and I thought he calls a great game, but as far as throwing out players for stealing, he's easily still on.
Yeah.
His
Mm-hmm.
positioning is horrible. So it doesn't give him the ability to transition fast enough because he's
Mm-hmm.
too busy trying to be in position to catch the pitch
Yeah.
versus the other way around. So that's why they can steal. But I mean that's this year's Red Sox team. If you had to think about this team,
It's
all
different.
you have to think of is small ball.
Mm-hmm.
They play small ball, so
Yep.
they do the small things. They bunt for hits. They steal. They do all those little small things. And so that the problem with the team and the reason why their record is what it is because after all that they're so doggone tired on offense running the bases that when they get on defense they're tired and they have too many mistakes on defense. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really a catch. I guess you would call it a catch 22 for them. Like
Yeah.
a little steal, but so but in the last few games, if you notice, they've actually controlled that.
Yeah.
They don't steal as much. They do situational stealing instead of like, well, I'm going right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I do agree with you guys that Durant was snubbed. But you got to think of the fact that Devers has been All-Star for the last 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the fact that he's having an even better year, he's not putting up the numbers home runs like he did before him, but as far as overall what he normally does, I thought it was a snub.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the National League. I got Will Smith with the Dodgers. Hitting 269, 11 home runs, 50 RBIs in a lineup with Otani, Betts, Hernandez, Jason Hayward. He's turned up. Freddie
Mm-hmm.
Freeman. Like these guys, he's not a guy that you really think about when you're facing the Dodgers, right? Like we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about Tucker earlier. And for him to be able to do this in that type of lineup is huge for their team's success, and for him not to be an All-Star finalist and JT Realmuto to be an All-Star finalist. Again, the fans need to figure it out because it's just not it. It's not it at all. What you got?
A guy that most people haven't been looking at, man. It's actually two guys, right? One is a pitcher, right, and one is a player. Francisco Lindor. Like,
Mm,
why is he not an All-Star?
yeah,
Right. I know they're loaded. They're really loaded in the National League at that position, right? But how did you not pick that guy?
yeah.
Especially after they started having the year that they were having.
Mm-hmm.
This year's been actually a pretty good year for them. So yeah, I don't know how he's not there. Right. Even with the fact that like I get it, right? But Betts has a broken hand and everything, right? So why is he there? Like I love the guy and
Yeah.
everything, but why is he even there? He's not going to play.
Yeah.
He should be an honorable mention. Like he should be the one of those guys that come out and wave. Well, he can't wave anymore because the hand broken. But um, he come out there and he does what he does. The other guy that I don't know if you're going to pick this guy, David, but Logan Webb. How is he not? How is that your guy, David? Okay, I'll be quiet. Go ahead. You talk about it.
Yes, that's my guy. Look, I understand that there's a lot of all-star quality pitching right now, but he's coming off a second place Cy Young Award winner. He was second place last year. He has a 3.02 ERA, and that's 13th best in the league, second best on his own team. How is he not even in this? I don't get how he's not in there. Logan Webb.
Well, I'll save you some of your headache. He's not in here because this is just positional players. The pitchers get announced on the 7th.
Still,
So they do, Teddy, but they've already come out with a
yeah,
a list already of pitchers that
Right.
are going to be there, and
and he's
his name ain't
not
there.
there.
I don't know how.
9 National League pitchers have an ERA of 2.99 or better. 21 rank in the top 10. At least one in the ERA, one in WHIP strikeouts per 9, or win probability added. It's 4 Philly starters, 3 from the Dodgers, 3 from the Braves.
Well, there you go.
Like, come on, man.
Just look at the teams, right? You got 3 teams at the top of their division. And then you got the Dodgers. The Dodgers guys, they're gonna be put in, right? Because of the fans. It all comes down to these fans. And that's the worst part of it. They don't appreciate the value of pitching. They want to see guys throw. They don't want to see guys pitch. They want to see guys throw. If you're not throwing 100 or sitting around that range, like 97 to 102, the casual fans don't really care. You know what I mean? And Logan Webb is a pitcher. He's not a guy that's gonna blow it by you as a hitter, right? And I mean,
yeah, I get it. They want to see some scoring, but I could care less. I want to see a game. I want to see the best of the best at every position.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and I just don't understand how you leave that guy off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a stud. And the fact that you only but this goes back to what David's point was earlier, right? I'm sorry I gave you your whole government there, but you're my little brother, I can do it. So
at least he didn't pull a Decorius.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad he didn't do that.
so no, in all seriousness, right? It goes back to what Dave was talking about earlier, this fan vote. This fan vote has made this really, really bad, right? But anyway, though, I agree with you, David, as far as a pitcher that should be there, but probably won't. It's going to be Logan Webb.
It's ridiculous. He's had a phenomenal year. 3.02 is nothing to sniff at.
No.
And I would love to have that on my team. And that's crazy that he's not. I just think it's crazy he's not in there.
Yeah. I like Tony's too with Lindor. He has improved tremendously offensively ever since going to the leadoff spot. And he himself has told reporters and people like that that he doesn't like being that run producer, right? He doesn't like being the RBI guy, right? You got guys like Pete Alonso on your team. You shouldn't expect Francisco Lindor to drive in 80 to 100 runs, right? The guy that gets on base for those guys. And Francisco Lindor has been that guy ever since moving to that leadoff spot. And you got to give credit to the Grimace era as well. when you talk about the Mets.
Exactly. That Grimace era, that's when the Mets started winning. I think they were 11-3 in the Grimace era. From last time I checked, I think it might be a little different because that was like that was a while ago when I made that. But 11-3, that's best in the majors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the just like other teams in there, you gotta play to the strength of the player. And the one thing is that he makes pitchers nervous when he's on base.
Oh
Right? They're not paying attention to the sign, and then with that clock going on there too, they got to make a decision. Do I throw it over here to first base, or do I throw it to the plate? And if he knows your moves, he's gone.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's gone. He's a Ricky Henderson gone. Okay. Anyway, for all you guys don't know, that was actually a guy that played baseball and stole the bases a lot for all you people watching. He's the guy that has the most steals.
You can say he's Ellie De La Cruz gone because Ellie going to steal a base. It's happening. It's
happening. Dude, real quick, did you ever hear the story about they said who was like the biggest talker on in baseball, and they was talking about Ricky Henderson?
Yeah.
You see her story? Dude, they said that Ricky Henderson used to talk in the third person when he was going to steal. Ricky about to take second. Ricky about to go. I was like, what?
I ain't gonna lie, that throw me off. Ricky, like, this man talking about himself?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are you Ricky?
Yeah. Are you Ricky?
Be out there like Ricky about to have fun. Ricky about to ruin your day.
Yeah. So that's it for the snubs. Now let's get into these derby rules.